about making money, because that's what really focuses my attention, and the whole purpose of what we see the advantage of the passenger rail to Springfield and to Ohio is as an economic opportunity. It's wonderful to think about trains from the standpoint of romanticism and the way things used to be, and they are an extremely pleasant and efficient way to travel, but it's the stimulative effect of passenger rail on the economy that I really would like to focus on today. So I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about the history of passenger rail coming to Maine. I'm going to talk a bit about the project that we have underway, the transit-oriented development at Saco Island. The third thing I want to touch on is what is the impact of all of this together? What does this really represent? Because people are saying, why should we spend the money on creating passenger rail in Ohio? Why should we put all of this into an infrastructure that we really don't need? Because gosh, we can drive pretty quickly from Cleveland to Cincinnati. Why do we need to do this? Well, I'd like to show you a few reasons why I think it will be extremely beneficial for the state of Ohio and extremely beneficial for particular towns in the state. Just to give me a sense of who's here today, how many of you are involved with regional planning or town development? How about business leaders, business owners, any real estate developers? Cool, thank you very much. Well, Maine does have a train, even though when you think about Maine, you don't, it's not the first thing that comes to mind. In fact, I thank Jack for inviting me out here because it gives me a chance to get out of the closet clothes other than those that I purchased at LLB. So thanks very much. This is a shot of the Amtrak Downeaster moving across Scarborough Marsh in the southern part of Maine. After about 10 years of advocacy on the part of a group, primarily train riders Northeast, the governor of the state of Maine signed legislation in 1995 establishing the Northern New England Passenger Rail Authority. This is a quasi-governmental authority. It's managed by a board appointed by the governor of the state of Maine, and it manages the Downeaster, which originates or terminates in Maine, depending on your perspective, goes through the state of New Hampshire and through parts of the state of Massachusetts to Boston. When Congress established this extension of the Amtrak system in 1995, it did so with the proviso that by the year 2010, any operating deficits that were created, that were incurred by the train, would have to be picked up and sustained by the state of Maine. Well, that's next year. Our legislature is like all of the others. They're not taking kindly to any new expenditures because of all of the other things that are imploding upon their roof with the normal sorts of things that the states have to support. So we've gone back to Amtrak and to Congress asking for an extension of the CMAQ fund authorization